right, we've got Jeff Simmons, who is milling about the crowd just below me here at 46th Street. Let's send it over down to him. Hi, Jeff.
Roma, I just got the news a few minutes ago about what was taking place as far as this being filled to capacity, so I'm just breaking the news to those who've been lucky enough to get a front row seat here. Filled to capacity, no one else getting in anymore. Mark, how do you feel about that?
Well, I'll tell you, this has been exciting. We've been here since 10 o'clock this morning waiting this thing out.
Did you think you'd last this long?
Well, yeah, we came with that in mind, all the way from Tennessee.
How long do you stay until? Do you leave at 12:01, or are you going to stay till 6 a.m. when it all wraps up?
12:01, we're out of here.
Not even 12:15?
No, maybe 12:15. Maybe 12:15. It's been a long day.
There's been a lot of pressure this year on making the ultimate resolutions. Now that we're starting, the new millennium, what's your New Year's resolution?
I've already been working on that. I'm going to read more and travel more.
Well, you traveled to New York City for this one. What's your resolution?
I plan to do well in college.
What's your name?
Jared.
Jerry? What year in college are you?
I'll be starting here in next fall.
Okay, and what's your major going to be?
Architecture.
Good luck with your architecture major. Now, what is your New Year's resolution?
I believe I'd like to train for a marathon.
Now, I've got to say, you guys came here from Tennessee. Was it just because you wanted to be here on New Year's Eve, or were there other reasons you came?
Well, we've been to we went to a play last night, and we're going to a play tomorrow night. So we've got other plans, and my family's in New Jersey.
How do you normally celebrate New Year's Eve in Tennessee?
Oh, at home watching the ball drop and then going to bed.
So you would watch us every year here.
Oh, yeah.
Now we got one more from Tennessee over here. You guys from Tennessee? You guys are from Tennessee. Tell me a little about what it has meant to you to be here tonight.
Well, it's great. It's been really fun. The crowd is great. You meet just all kinds of people. I mean, there's a guy over there from New York, have some people from Australia, and it's just really neat to see all the different cultures and everybody just here having a good time.
And you've been having a good time so far?
I've been having a great time.
Okay, you're wearing, I guess, a raincoat. You were prepared for any type of weather here?
Well, it was a little rainy this morning. It was kind of misty, so we came prepared.
Now, you got here what time?
About 10 o'clock this morning.
About 10 a.m. And you're staying until 12:01 as well, or?
You bet.
You're not even going to try to stick it out till 6 a.m.?
Oh, I don't know about that. That might be too long. I've already been here going on, I guess, about 10 hours or so working on.
Now, for many people, the issue in coming here tonight was not Y2K. No fears about that. The big issue was where to pee. What have you guys been going through?
Well, it's been kind of tricky. You just kind of have to work your way out and beg and plead and hope one of the cops is nice and lets you back in.
How have the police been so far tonight?
They've been great. I've been really pleased. I was surprised.
8,000 police officers just in Times Square. I believe about 19,000 are dispatched across the city. Were there any concerns about coming here tonight? Any safety concerns?
Not really.
What went through your mind when you got here tonight, when you saw the number of police officers?
I felt very safe with all the police.
What's the show been like so far for you two?
It's been pretty good. It's been neat watching all the different, I guess, floats come down or whatever you want to call those. It's been really exciting.
So this is our Tennessee crowd. You guys are part of the 85% of out-of-towners who come here, but I believe we got one of the 1% of New York City residents over here.
That'd be me.
A lot of people from New York City decided not to come here tonight. They said, we're just getting the heck away from Times Square. Why'd you come here?
Because I've lived in New York City for 15 years now, and this is the first time I would be in Times Square. So
First time?
First time this year, yeah, and I figured if I'm going to do Times Square, I'm going to do the big one.
What have you done the previous years?
I've either been out of town or just celebrated quietly with friends. They've all said it was too insane to come to Times Square any other time, and so I figured if I'm going to go to the insane one, it's going to be the real insane one.
Now, I'm not trying to stump you on this, but we were asking this in the newsroom before. We call it the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. What do we call the next decade?
I've heard people say the aughts before, and I think, yeah, I would say the aughts too, yeah, or just the zeros. What? I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Anyone have any idea? What are we going to call the next decade?
I don't know.
Another vote for the odds, yeah.
Okay. Now, what about that whole issue of, the new millennium doesn't start at midnight tonight, it starts next year?
I'm one of the ones that say it starts next year, but I've totally bought into the whole Y2K promotion and commercialism this year.
Now, this costs $7 million to throw this party here this New Year's Eve. Do you think we're going to be doing it again next year?
I have a feeling, yeah. With American capitalism, sure, they're going to throw another $7 million party.
Another $7 million party. Now, one thing I noticed from here, I don't think we're able to see it too well. Kenton, if you're able to zoom over to the McDonald's, I don't know if you're able to see that at all. McDonald's has tablecloths actually on the tables tonight. There's a party going on in there. So we're going to be able to be here for the next few hours and bring you more sights and sounds from the crowd. Roma, we're throwing it back to you. Hey, Roma.
Thank you, thank you. I can barely hear. There was some kind of an eruption over here. I'm not sure if one of the not sure if one of the cameras in this media village area, as they call it, shined a light on the crowd, but they're going crazy and wild in this section. Once again, I just want to reiterate, the NYPD is advising us to tell you not to come down if you're not already in the Times Square area. You are not welcome here anymore because it is filled to capacity and they just cannot allow any more people to crowd into this area. I don't know what's going on, but there's somebody exhorting. All right, I understand my colleague Jeff Simmons is standing by with some very interesting revelers below. Let's send it down to you, Jeff.
Roma, first of all, you need to know that Brendan also came armed with confetti this morning when he talked to Annika and hurled that confetti at the last second. Now out here, my producer Suzanne Rodriguez and I have been getting a little, some of the gifts that people are getting tonight, the pom-poms, the leis, the flags. So we're going to be well equipped to ring in this new year in a few more hours here. Now, I've been talking to a number of people and I found a woman here who just moved from Chicago. This is your first time in Times Square?
Yes, it is.
Now, Leslie, you live in West New York now, over the Hudson River in Jersey. Yeah. Why'd you come over here tonight?
What's more New York than Times Square, New Year's Eve, and Dick Clark?
Any transportation problems getting over here?
No, none at all.
Any worries about how you're getting home tonight?
I might swim the river.
Are you Y2K ready? Are you Y2K prepared at home?
Yes, I am.
How'd you prepare?
I really actually didn't do anything except get some candles and some food stocked.
Flashlights, batteries?
Yes.
And of course, tuna fish and a can opener.
Right.
We all made a point of getting that. Now, Leslie, what has the show been like so far tonight for you?
Oh, it's been great seeing the parades every hour and bringing in the new year. I really enjoy seeing the different nationalities in different countries come in and the parades for those.
I've got to say, you are one of the people I've met so far tonight who's really bundled up. It's not as cold as previous years.
No, it's not, but you never know. Standing in the cold for 12 hours, can get pretty cold.
What's the crowd been like so far today?
Pretty quiet, I think. Very
What do you think it's going to get like in the next few hours?
That's what I'm afraid of.
How's your voice so far? Have you been losing it, screaming once every hour here?
A little bit, yes. A little bit.
Leslie from West New York, thank you very much. Now, Roma, as we've been pointing out, they are filled to capacity here in Times Square. Estimates have been that 2 million people would pack it in here over the course of the day, and many people have not been able to make it here. They're a bit north.
I understand that Jeff Simmons is warming up with a bunch of folks down below in Times Square here. Let's throw it over to him. Hi, Jeff.
Roma, it is interesting. It's getting a little colder right now. That's what it feels like. But all night we've been talking to a number of revelers. They've told me how safe and secure they felt. So we're going to give a little credit to the NYPD out here. About 8,000 police officers have been out here tonight. I'm just going to pounce on two right now and ask them right over here, guys. You want to say hi to your family?
Hey, hi, love you, miss you, be home soon.
What's your resolution?
New Year's resolution, better physical, mental health.
It seems like everyone's been rather orderly tonight. Everything's safe, secure?
Yeah, no problems. This has been better than the past years.
Now, in previous years, there have been only a minor, small number of arrests. I've not seen anything like that tonight. What's the crowd been like tonight?
Very calm. There hasn't been any alcohol, so everybody's pretty much behaving.
Where are you from?
I'm from Queens.
You're from Queens. Where are you from?
Long Island.
Long Island. I'll stick with Queens first. That's our coverage, but I'll come right back. What do you normally do on New Year's Eve?
Either at home or a house party. That's it.
So when you found out you had to work tonight, but you found out you'd be in Times Square, what was your reaction?
I pretty much assumed I'd be working from last year. I knew with the millennium everyone would work. So I just said I'm going to have to be here to make the best of it and make it safe for everyone in New York.
And what's your family doing now?
They should be at home, hopefully watching everything at home safely.
So right now they're watching us on New York 1.
I would hope so. I hope they're watching right now.
Yeah, I'll go to Long Island for 1 second here. How do you normally celebrate New Year's Eve?
Actually, I usually go to a friend's house party every year. I bring it in Queens.
So you're usually at a house party. This is much more active and exciting.
Yeah, actually, this is my first time having to do this detail here. So.
Guys, thank you very much for keeping everything safe and secure tonight. Have a Happy New Year.
Same to you. Happy New Year.
Roma, we're going to send it on back to you.
I was hoping to see you start doing some of the moves, the samba moves. Next time.
I promise.
Let's, thanks. Let's take a look now behind me. The dancers are just getting, Jeff.
Roma, I've got to tell you right now, it's getting more and more exciting as the night goes on. Now, I found some other people here who came from not just out of New York City, but from as far away as
Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne, Australia. Now, two sisters here, Laura and Adele. I love the name Adele, I've got to tell you. Why did you want to be here for New Year's Eve?
Hey, I've worked the last 4 New Year's Eves, so I had to go to the complete opposite extreme, go to New York City.
What's your experience in New York City been like the last few days and tonight?
Well, tonight's been excellent, right, because of the atmosphere here, but the last week we've been sick, so we had a pretty bad Christmas with the flu.
I've watched a lot of people like screaming and everything. You guys are relatively calm. Well, how are you staying so calm?
Hey, we don't have a voice left.
You have no voice left.
Hey, and the night hasn't even begun yet.
Now, you were here earlier this morning, I understand, then you left. Why?
Yeah, we came this morning because Australia was celebrated at 8 o'clock this morning our time in New York, so we wanted to see a celebration on the screen.
We almost got hit with a beach ball there, Roma. There's a lot of beach ball activity going on at this hour now. How many layers are you wearing tonight?
Pardon?
How many layers of clothing are you wearing?
About 7.
There's a lot going on right now. Guys, thanks very much. You have a very good midnight tonight. I'll be joining you out here on the streets. For now, we're going to send it on back to you, Roma, up on the platform. Roma?